and welcome back to Metanoia. This is Mona Lisa, and for today's video I thought of interviewing my brother-in-law on his experience of traveling interstate in India. So he traveled from Delhi to Mumbai on 1st June via Indigo Airways. I thought of doing an interview with him on how he felt or how it was while traveling interstate. I'm going to ask him a few questions for my viewers to understand what to expect when they are traveling interstate. Before I begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I upload. Here's my brother-in-law, and I'm going to ask a few questions so that we can better understand what's happening at the airport. So, how did it feel when you were heading for the airport, or like what did you see when you were going to the airport?
Heading for the airport, it was like any other normal day when you're actually traveling from home to the airport, where you either sat in your cab and car hoping that there's no traffic and you don't get delayed, and there is no calamity that happens on the road, so that you don't feel a little scared or something that you're not going to make your flight. That was going on in my mind, but more than that was actually the thought of the entire procedure and policy that has changed because of Airport Authority of India, where they brought in a lot of policy changes for our safety, for the passenger safety who are traveling. The entire thing is basically a very elongated process. There is safety, a lot of safety that is involved, and it is time consuming, though also in one hand, but the second thing is that it is taking a lot of care on social distancing and taking care that people are not actually hassling around or not following protocol. So after reaching the airport at the departure point, I could see that there was hardly any traffic jam for obvious reasons, and that the airport authority were actually taking measures of keeping the place clean, sanitizing the place, and also continuously telling us to maintain social distancing, not to create any hassle, havoc, to maintain protocol so that everything moves in a smooth manner.
So was it moving in a smooth manner, or did you face it?
No, it was moving in a very smooth manner. I had seen actually a lot of videos online stating or showing that how people are getting to the airport, where there is social distancing being kept, and people are actually going through your phone to check your ticket and your boarding pass or whatever it is, and it's through basically a glass door where there is no ticket that's getting exchanged or seen. It is basically through a glass door where they have a camera and they're actually seeing it through that camera, so keeping social distancing and then allowing you to get inside the airport.
Okay.
Which was something which was new, yes.
Yeah, that's very intelligent.
Yes, correct. But again, that is for the social distancing, so that we don't have to actually, the paper doesn't keep changing hands and all that. So less of, tangibility or touch.
So tell us what happened inside the plane. What did you see? Like when you entered, how was it like?
So at the airport, like I said, that my bags were getting checked, and the check-in was happening, which was happening in a very proper manner. Everyone was following protocol and all that. When it came to actually boarding the flight, there basically we saw that again social distancing was kept, and as soon as we got into the flight, we saw that the center seats were vacated. So passengers either sat on the aisle or they sat at the window seat. When you got in, you could actually smell that the flight was just sanitized. So again, they are taking measures for whenever people are boarding or getting off the flight, they are sanitizing the entire flight, even from inside. Keeping that in mind, less people, less crowd, and we were told not to keep our luggages in the top compartments. We were told to keep it down where our seats under our seat. Just go, take your seat, keep your luggage down there, that's it. It was a little slow because we were all skeptical as passengers also. Okay, fine, first time we are getting into the aircraft, it's a closed environment and all that. You're all wearing gloves and all that. However, but we could see actually the air hostesses taking a lot more precaution, that they were wearing those PEP kits. They were wearing gloves, but the PEP kits also. So, PPE kits, sorry. PPE kits. So, keeping that in mind, we could also understand that even inside the aircraft they were trying to follow protocol, and they were trying to actually set an example for us that if you want to keep social distancing, you want to keep yourself safe, then you can actually wear those.
It can be done.
It can be done, correct.
So it's really nice to see that they are actually taking care of people and actually like also giving protection to those air hostesses. I mean, like, I'm sure they feel like, oh my god, I don't want to do this, right?
Yeah, correct. Now, this is a very funny story because my flight got cancelled and rescheduled. I was taking a hopping flight via Jaipur. I was told that I would not have to leave the flight. I was told that people will get off at Jaipur and that same flight will take off. But when we reached Jaipur, we were told to get off the flight. Why? Because as soon as we landed in Jaipur, because people were getting off and getting on again, we were told to vacate the flight. The flight again was completely sanitized, and then we were told to get on the flight again.
So that's a good thing that they did, like sanitizing it again.
Correct. Because they're taking precaution. Yes, I know it was a little time consuming. Yes, we did get delayed, but the point that they are actually taking that effort to actually sanitize the place and keep it safe for us flyers. So that was actually a very good thing to actually look into.
So this is in particular to Indigo. We are not really sure what's happening on other flights. So I just wanted to clear that out. So let's move on to the next question. So what did you see when you landed?
Well, first of all, it was a relief landing at the Mumbai airport because the travel time was almost 6 hours, and wearing the entire mask and the face mask and all that for 6 hours was a little hectic. But yes, when we landed at the Mumbai airport, again we had to follow protocol. Normally when we see that as soon as the plane lands, people are getting up and they're trying to take their luggage out and try to get into the line, but we were told not to do that. Till the plane stopped and the air hostess told us that okay fine, now it's time, you can get off and in a line we can move out. We did that. At that time we were just picking up our luggages and we were actually moving on. When we got off the flight, again as usual that there were not too many people. What I was a little unsafe was when, maybe it's because that 6 hours people were sitting in the flight from Delhi to Mumbai, and after that when we were waiting for our cabin baggages to come, there was no social distancing followed there. People were getting a little maybe hyper, maybe thinking that they were staying in the flight for so long they wanted to get back home, that social distancing was not being followed as it was being followed in Delhi, as it was being followed throughout my journey. It was, but then still we were again and again told to maintain distance and all that. So we could see that people were actually either they're picking up their baggage or they're going and standing, keeping social distancing, so that our baggages come in and then we go pick up our baggage and we leave. I don't think there was any reason to get scared or anything there, because again the entire place was sanitized and all that. But again, it's a protocol that we need to follow. If it is followed from step 1 to step 5, then it should be followed till step 10 also. That is one thing.
I guess that's human tendency to like actually be afraid of such a situation. Like this is happening after a century, right? So I guess that this is normal for people to be afraid of a situation like this. Like after months they are flying. There's a possibility that you can get infected while traveling. So obviously people will be afraid. So I guess that's what you saw was normal human behavior. But
correct.
But then we have to keep in mind that social distancing is the one power that we have against the virus.
Correct, yes.
So how does it feel to be back home after 3 long months?
Well, I was really happy to see you as well as Monica, and I was actually rather thrilled that I had reached safely home. I was thinking all the way from Delhi, okay fine, all these procedures and protocols we need to follow. Will I be told to go into a 7-day or a 14-day quarantine, not at home but at any institution? But thankfully, nothing like that happened. My temperature was checked at the Delhi airport as well as at the Bombay airport twice by the infrared heat scanners, and it was fine with me. And there were other people, as in there were children and senior citizens who were actually told to do it again, because they are basically more susceptible to it. That was again a good thing that we saw at the airport, that because it is more susceptible to children and to senior citizens, they were doing it for them again, and they were going through the thing. And we were also put a stamp basically on our hand that okay fine, that quarantine has to be done. But thankfully it was at home,
Yeah,
It wasn't
that
at any
was
of the
very-
institute. Yeah, so me coming back home, that was a huge relief. Because from the airport, I was thinking that I'll be going to some sort of an institution where I'll have to stay there for 7-8 days. I don't know who those people are. Again, going through the same social distancing, the protocols. Again, maybe my work will get affected. I didn't know. But when I'm home right now, I'm thinking, okay, fine. This is my last, actually, my 14th day, actually. And
We are happy
I'm-
to say that we are safe.
yeah, we're safe.
So yeah, it was really good to see him after, like, I saw him after the wedding, and they got married in January. So yeah, it was really nice to see you again, and it was really good. Like I'm gonna, like, you've seen the, like, introductory video where I show you where he's entering, and we are so happy. So let's move on to the next question. So what is the one key thing that needs to be kept in mind while traveling interstate?
First of all, I would say keeping yourself safe, wearing all the gear that is required, as in well clothed up, as in full sleeve shirt, pant, whatever it is, then gloves, your mask, then your face mask if required. Yeah, you can actually go one step ahead by taking the PPE kit, which is even more safe. But then I would just say that by doing all this and keeping a sanitizer with you, I think it should do. Without not going and touching things that you don't have to touch, keeping within yourself, staying in your space, I think that should do. Another thing is that you shouldn't hassle, you shouldn't get hyper or anything like that. If you see that other people are not following it, you should follow it and be an example for other people so that they understand how important it is.
So yeah, like when he entered, he was wearing a face shield, a mask, and gloves, and he was wearing a full sleeve shirt. So I think that should do. Like you should go and you should wear a full sleeve shirt, like all decked up. Nothing should be exposed. And when you come back home, take a nice hot shower, and hopefully it will be okay. So it was like, thank you for doing this interview. I really appreciate it. I hope that everybody is gonna get some hope or see some good sight. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you are all safe and doing well.
So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe Metnoia. Keep watching Mona Lisa's videos.
Thank you. All the best to all those people who are traveling during this time. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.